Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk about the Vivoactive HR, which means for heart rate. What I like about this watch is the battery life. The only reason I have not jumped into the smartwatch bandwagon, I don't know if there was a bandwagon, but the reason was really the battery life. I don't see myself charging these things every day or every 2 days. And the one thing that distinguishes the Vivoactive HR from the other brands is the battery life. And this has an 8 days battery life, and confirmed this thing will last you 8 days. Now, it also serves as a smart watch as well. The only problem is my daily phone is the Honor 6X, and this does not play well with the Bluetooth on the Honor 6X, and for some reason it doesn't work well with my Moto G4 Plus. For some reason it just keeps disconnecting, and the only way to get it back working is to reboot the phone. However, it does work well with the Samsung S7, and I assume all the Samsung phones, just because the way they implement the Bluetooth. So as far as notification, I don't get them on my phone, and in fact I'm not sure I want them on my phone. Really what I wanted on my phone is a nice watch with the daytime pedometer, as well as a heart rate monitor, and that's basically it. However, if you do have a phone that this connects well to, you can get all sorts of information, like weather and other stuff that you can add to it. Notification for sure. Now, what makes this watch unique is that it uses a color display that is like e-ink. It's a memory type LCD, which means that it uses very little power as opposed to one of these active screens. And it really makes a huge difference. Now, it also has automatic sleeping mode. Even though it asks you what is the range of your sleeping hours, it still, even if I go to sleep at 2 a.m., it still knows that I went to sleep at 2 a.m. And let me give you an example from last night. So last night, it tells me I slept 9 hours and 36 minutes. And then it breaks down those hours. You see, I went to sleep at 1:45, and I woke up at 11:20. Yes, it was a Sunday. I slept as much as I could. And then here it tells you what portion of the hours you had deep sleep, what one was a light sleep, and how many during this period of time you were awake. And that's a good way to know if you're getting good sleep and how many hours of sleep you're getting. The one thing I really like is that it's done automatically. The start and the end is pretty darn accurate. So you don't have to manually tell it when you're going to sleep and when you're done sleeping. Now, as far as another plus that this thing has is that it has a backlight. So if you press this button, a light comes on. So if you're in total darkness, sleeping for example, you just want to check what time it is, you can just press the button. Really easy, even though it will automatically show you a light when you do a gesture. So, but if for some reason you missed the light, you can always press the button. The back of the watch has the heart rate sensor, and these are the connectors for the charger. Now, the charger is not the most ideal way to charge a watch, and let me show you why. All right, so this is the charger. This is actually not the original charger, because I left my original charger at work, and this is just an extra one that I bought. But as you can see, it works by tension of these two sides, where when you position them, it just clicks. And while and while you know it only happens every 8 days or so, I really think they could have figured out a better way about snapping these two tabs onto the phone. All I'm saying is they could have found a different way. They even have something else that you pinch and you press it on. Anything else would have been better. I don't know why they picked this type of to remove it. You actually have to put some force into this and snap it out. Not ideal. But again, this happens every 7 to 8 days. So let's do the calculation here. There's 365 days a year. We'll divide it by 8. That means let's divide it by, let's be not conservative. Let's divide it by 5. And let's round it to 350. So that means that you would have to charge this phone in a year 60 times, if I'm correct. Just about 60 times. And in 2 years, which is my expected life of this device, I'm saying in 2 years I'm probably getting something else. And that would mean 120 times that you snap this on and off. Will it last? Probably. Is it the most ideal way to charge your phone or your watch? I really don't think so. Now, one more thing I like about this device is that it is water resistant to 50 meters, which means that you can go swim with it. Yay. I hate the fact that you have to remove some of these watches. And from what I understand, it really does work as far as swimming. There's very little people out there that were complaining that there was some intrusion of water. Now on this watch, I put a screen protector, which worked really well. I'll link in the description to the screen protector. I really like it. Just one way to protect the screen. Now the watch face of this watch can be changed, and there's so many you can download off Garmin's website. You just have to play with it. This is my favorite. This is actually one that did not come with the phone yet. I downloaded later, but it shows you the time. It shows you the how much of steps you've used through the day. As you can see, there's some gap there. As you can see, there's a little gap there between the blue and the top of the numbers. That means when it reaches all the way to the top that you have reached your goal for steps for the day. And when you reach over, it starts revolving around again with a different color, and you can customize that. This one also shows you the battery left on this, 57%, and if it's connected to the Bluetooth or not. As you can see, it depends on how the light shines on it, because it is passively illuminated at this point. I'm not using the backlit. So as you can see right here, I'll push the light. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see it lit up. Anyway, with this phone, you can do a few functions. You can track all sorts of activities by pressing this button, and you can customize which activity you're going to use. So once you select it, it goes to that page, say bike indoor, and you can click start to get it started. On the other hand, if this was the bike indoor, if I pick bike, it will also enable the GPS function that will give you an accurate representation of where you biked, etc. And also it will help with the speed and other measurements. So that's another thing that this watch has, which is built-in GPS, which, by the way, helps get the accurate time from the satellite. So say you're going overseas, all you have to do is, I believe, restart it, and it will pick up the time from the satellites. Overall, it's a very comfortable watch. The straps are easily changeable and cheap. If you look on Amazon, there's plenty of aftermarket wristbands. And overall, I'm very happy with this product. I actually got it on Black Friday, so maybe that helps with the pricing, because I got it way less than what it is right now on, say, Amazon, for example. One more thing I wanted to mention. This watch comes in 2 sizes of wrists. This is the smaller size, and as you can see, it could easily accommodate a bigger wrist. So when you go ahead and decide to order one of these, go ahead and measure the circumference of your wrist. This way you know which size you should get. But let's just say that I believe that I'd say good 90% or 80% of the population will be good with the smaller size. So let me conclude this video. If you have a phone that works well with this watch, then I actually think this is a very nice smartwatch to have. And it has a lot of pluses and very negligible minuses. The big plus is the battery life. I mean, this thing really rocks as far as having good, solid battery life. The big minus that it has is that it doesn't work with a lot of phones. So out of the phones that I have, only 1 out of those 3 worked well. And since this one I only keep at home and I use this one as my daily driver, it really is not working for me for the notifications. And I just use it to log my sleep and all that stuff to the cloud, and it does it automatically. That's about it. If I had to give it a knock, would be the charging plus how fast it is. It's not fast charging. It takes quite a while to get these percentages to go high. So say every 8 days or 7 days, charge it while you're sleeping, and you're not going to log your sleep that day. Or you can keep one of these in the car, and when you have long trips, you just charge it because it doesn't matter. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please thumb up, put in your comments, put in your questions. If you have anything you'd like to know, I'll be happy to answer. Hopefully I've earned a thumb up on this, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Till next time, bye. So when you order this one, I suggest you measure your wrist circumference,